I brought a little book with me. If you all know this, which book is this? Srimad Bhagavatam. We're going to speak and we're going to read from this today. This is Canto 7, Chapter 8. The Lord Nrsimha has appeared. Today's day, as we all know, we celebrate the Nrsimha Caturdashi or Nrsimha Jayanti. Jayanti is usually associated with the appearance of Lord Vishnu. There are modern so-called spiritualists who say even the birth of so-called saints or so-called politicians is called Jayanti, but Jayanti usually refers with the appearance of Lord. So Prabhupada, by his mercy, gave us this festival, a day where we can come together under one roof and hear the glories of Lord, sing the glories of Lord, do Abhishek, honor the remnants that were offered to Lord. And that makes our life success. It is also said in various shastras that on the day of the appearance day of Lord, especially when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, our previous acharya, he says, Madhava Tithi, Bhakati Janani Chatane Palana Kari. So the appearance day of Madhava or Lord Krishna and Lord Vishnu and Lord Nrsimha has to be celebrated Jatane Palana Kari with some efforts. What are those efforts? One of the obvious efforts is fasting. Not so much light, but fasting. Fasting for the Lord. Fasting for the pleasure of Lord. Not to tell others, I did not drink water today. I'll be fasting. Fasting for the pleasure of Lord. Fasting so we can control our senses and engage our senses in the service of Lord. That's the whole purpose of fasting. And more important than fasting is to hear the glories of Lord, to hear and sing, chant His name. So I thought, what could be better than hearing the glories from the ripened fruit of Vedas. If Vedas are fruit or a tree, Srimad Bhagavatam is Galitam Phalam. It's a very ripened, mature fruit that we all can relish. Shukamukharavindam Amritadavya Samhitam. It has been spoken by Shukadeva Goswami, so it tastes even more sweet. So we don't have a lot of time to discuss. Is anyone here for the first time? Okay, thank you. Very good. But you know ISKCON, right? Yeah. Yes, okay. So we all know the pastime very much by our hearts. We'll be hearing it over time and time and time again and again. That how Lord appeared to protect His devotee. And He appeared in a very unique way. A way that has been not seen, not heard by many. So we are reading from chapter 8, the text is 17. This also describes the purpose or the reason behind Lord's appearance. I will not read Sanskrit. We don't have enough time. I will read translation and then go from there. To prove that the statement of his servant, Prahlad Maharaj, was substantial. In other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. Whose assembly hall are we talking about? Hiranyakashipu. So he, with his fist, punched a pillar. The discussion was, little Prahlad was saying that my Lord is omnipotent and omniscient. He is present everywhere. So Hiranyakashipu said, if he is present everywhere, just to prove you wrong, I will kill you today. And I will smash this pillar. And then after doing that, I will kill you. But Prahlad Maharaj has said that God is present everywhere. So to prove that his devotee, or whatever his devotee said, is correct, the Lord appears. In Bhagavad Gita, we hear, Kaunteya Pratijani Name Bhakta Pranashati, son of Kunti, I declare my devotee will never be annihilated. And in the same text, same Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, whenever there's a decline in religion, I appear. Paripranaya sadhuna vinashaya sadasvita. To kill or destroy the miscreants, to protect my devotees, I appear again and again. So that wording or that promise that Lord Krishna makes or has made, Lord appeared. I will say that Bhagavad Gita was spoken in Dwapar Yuga, this past time of Prahlad Nrsimha is from Satya Yuga. How come Lord is, trying to cover up a statement that has not been spoken yet? So if you remember in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says this text was spoken to who? Vivasvan, Vivasvate Proktam, right? And then Ikshvaku, and then over the time this knowledge was lost. So the knowledge that Sri Krishna is giving to Arjuna on the battlefield is also eternal. So yes, coming back to Nijabhrikta Bhashitam, in Sanskrit this is a very famous sloka, commented by several people. It says Nijabhritya, Nija, his servant. And in the translation, Srila Prabhupada says that to prove that what Prahlad Maharaj said was right, of course it was right, it's an eternal truth, but to prove because his servant said that, Lord appeared. Lord could have appeared before when they were throwing the little Prahlad off the cliff, or when they put him in with serpents, or when they put him on the pile of fire. But he chose to appear just to prove the words of his devotee. Now Prahlad Maharaj was the primary devotee that we are talking about, Nitya Bhritya, the Bhritya, the servant. But there's one more servant, that is Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma had also spoken many years. Tathastu. He had blessed Hiranyakashipu, saying that yes, you will not die like this, you will not die, you will not be killed by this, you will never be slain like this. Right? So many clauses, it's like agreement, right? Long list of conditions. But again, to to protect or to prove what his servant had said, and yet deliver the message or the words that he spoke, that Paritranaya Sadhanam, he appeared. Another thing to think about, to ponder upon is, usually when there's incarnation of Lord, let's say Shri Krishna, there are hundreds and thousands of associates. There are cowherd men, cowherd women, there are cows, there are Mathuravasis, Brajavasis. When Lord appears, there's the army of monkeys, right? Or if you speak of any incarnation when Lord appears, he delivers hundreds and thousands of living beings. But on this instance, the Lord has appeared just to protect one of his devotees. This is one of the unique things about Lord Nrsimha Dev. There's one more instance that when Gajendra was stuck in a situation, Lord also appeared, but he did not take the incarnation. He appeared himself, sitting on the back of Garuda, and he killed the crocodile, and liberated Gajendra. And in this instance, he is appearing solely for Prahlad Maharaj. And the second half of the translation says this is a wonderful form. So let's hear how wonderful is that form. Again from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is text 19 to 22. So 4 texts. I'll read the translation again. Hiranyakashipu studied the form of the Lord, trying to decide who was the form of Nrsimha Dev standing before him. The Lord's form was extremely fearsome because of his angry eyes, which resembled molten gold, his shining mane, which expanded the dimensions of his fearful face, his deadly teeth, his razor-sharp tongue, which moved about like a dueling sword. His ears were erect and motionless. His nostrils and gaping mouth appeared like caves of mountain. His jaws parted fearfully, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was very short, thick, his chest broad, his waist thin, the hairs of his body as white as the rays of moon. His arms, which resembled the flanks of soldiers, appeared in all directions as he killed the demons, rogues, and atheists with his conch shell, disc, club, lotus, and other natural weapons. This is a beautiful description according to Srimad Bhagavatam. So you see, it says that his tongue was like blowing sword. It's moving around like sword. And when we speak of his hands, Srimad Bhagavatam says that Lord Nrsimha Dev had many hands, not 2, not 4, not 8, not 10. I think there's a picture, maybe look at that picture. But yeah, he had many, many hands, and with all hands he was trying to kill demons. In this purport of this text, Srila Prabhupada explains that sometimes in a jungle, when an elephant is there and there's a lion, sometimes feels that the elephant is equivalent to or powerful than the lion. So Srila Prabhupada is comparing Nrsimha Dev to, of course, lion, and Hiranyakashipu to elephant. He says that the elephant might be strong or appear strong, but eventually lion is the king of the forest and more powerful than the elephant. So this rivalry is compared because Nrsimha Dev will soon tear apart the abdomen of Hiranyakashipu, garland himself with the intestine of Hiranyakashipu, drink his blood. A little scary, but yes, he drinks his blood and then throws his body. His face is covered with blood drops. He's licking his face, his jaws, and appears very fearsome. This form is not very pleasant or very beautiful, but Lord showed this form out of his causeless mercy, of course for the deliverance of Prahlad Maharaj, but also for devotees like us, that when we are in danger, when we are in a situation, the devotees seek protection of Lord Nrsimha Dev. Srila Prabhupada taught us how to worship him. We include Nrsimha prayers in our morning routine or morning set of prayers. And Srila Prabhupada himself, when he was having difficulty with one of our projects in Bombay, or Mumbai now, when the owner of the land was not very good person to deal with, so Srila Prabhupada was praying to Lord Nrsimha Dev. So by his personal example, Srila Prabhupada taught us that when we are in difficult situations or when we need protection, we pray to Lord Nrsimha Dev. And moving ahead, there's a description of the fight between Hiranyakashipu and Lord Nrsimha Dev. It says that sometimes Lord Nrsimha Dev would let Hiranyakashipu slip off his hands, just like a Garuda would sometimes let go a snake that he's trying to kill, just to make the fight more interesting. So here the Lord is also trying to, because as we know the story behind this, these are technically his associates Jay and Vijay who appeared to fulfill or to give pleasure to Lord in different ways. So Lord Nrsimha Dev is making that fight a little interesting. Sometimes he would let Hiranyakashipu slip off his hand, and Hiranyakashipu would go in the sky and again try to attack Lord Nrsimha Dev with his club, with his sword, but eventually he was slain. So Prabhupada also says that this has been the tradition ever since the nature or ever since the creation has been in place. The demons try to be against the Lord, and eventually they are slain. Lord kills them, and the devotees are protected. Once Hiranyakashipu was killed, Lord Nrsimha Dev was still very angry, ferocious, because that was his form. He had appeared out of anger. Now that anger is not anger that we sometimes feel like doing or sometimes even cannot control, but we are angry. This is a divine manifestation of Lord's potencies and his pastimes. This is not ordinary anger that you would see born out of passion. Right? Anger is a byproduct of passion, mode of passion. So Lord is still angry. Hiranyakashipu is slain, his army is slain, everybody is dead, all the demons are gone, but Lord Nrsimha Dev is still roaring like a lion. And the sound of his roar is so powerful that the demigods like Shiva and Brahma, they are standing very high in the sky, just observing. So they think, who's going to approach him first? Usually when anything happens, the demigods come, they praise the Lord. That's a protocol. Whenever there's a incarnation of Lord, the demigods would appear and shower petals on him, offer prayers, obeisances. But in this situation, everyone is scared to go in front of the Lord. So they come to Lakshmi Devi, goddess of fortune, who is the consort of Lord, and tell Shiva and Brahmaji, they're telling Lakshmi, he's your husband, go and try to calm him down. Lakshmi says, sure, why not? Then she goes and she just looks at his form, and the way his eyes are like volcano, his nails, hands covered in blood, and he's breathing very heavily like a lion. She says, no, this form, I don't know. This is something else I have never seen. I cannot go in front of him. So all the demigods, they eventually approach little Prahlad and pray to him, Prahlad, because of you the Lord appeared. Please go to him and calm him down. And Maharaj says, yes, sure. Goes to Lord Nrsimha, offers pranam. Nrsimha takes a note of his pranam, and then when Prahlad gets up, Lord Nrsimha blesses him with a conch on his head. And Prahlad is spiritualized. Not that he was not spiritual. Prahlad Maharaj was devotee even before he was born. In the womb of his mother, he was hearing the glories of Lord, and as soon as he came out, he was engaged in all different kinds of devotional activities. But by the touch of Lord, he was given a transcendental wisdom by which he started to pray, and with his prayers, he calmed down Lord Nrsimha, which was not possible by anyone else. And those prayers are very lengthy, very beautiful. We don't have time to go through that, but what I would recommend is, if at all it's possible, you go home and read the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj that he's offering to Lord Nrsimha, and try to be in the mood of what Prahlad Maharaj. He starts by saying that, oh Lord, I'm a low-born. I was born in the family of demons, but because by your causeless mercy of your very dear servant Narad Muni, I was given this opportunity to have your darshan. And he prays for his father, saying that though he was a demon miscreant, but please forgive him, bless him. And Nrsimha confirms that yes, Prahlad, the 10 generations that will come now and the 10 generations that have happened before you, they all are already delivered. That's the potency of a pure devotee. Yes. So these beautiful prayers, they are just very tiny part of this beautiful book called Srimad Bhagavatam. We are blessed to hear these pastimes or to read these pastimes. Otherwise, in today's world, it's difficult to understand what Lord meant, what Lord said, what did his devotees say, what does it mean to our life. You might watch some movies or some cartoons or some episodes or hear some non-authentic speakers talk about these esoteric pastimes of Lord and his appearance. But those don't do the justice. The justice is done by hearing and reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So we want to request you, if you have Bhagavatam at home, please go and read it. If you don't have, please pick your copy today. It's a beautiful book. It's so nectarian, so sweet, that if you start reading, you won't stop. And we are also taking ourselves or taking our temple in a part of our global campaign, which is called Bhadra Purnima, which will be in September, if I'm not wrong. And our goal is to distribute 108,000? 100,008, sorry, I said the number. 100,008 Srimad Bhagavatams all across the world. We will do our part, we will set our targets, we will distribute what we can. But for you, there are two opportunities. One is, if you don't have, take it for yourself. The second is, if you feel that you want to give this knowledge to anyone, or you want someone to have this knowledge who might not be capable enough to pay some price for this book, our team here, they will take a donation from you and put this beautiful book in the hands of a deserving candidate. So we have all the facilities, options that if you cannot pay in one go, our treasurer is very happy to take some post-dated checks as well. It doesn't cost a lot. What's the cost? 350. It's almost like a month of gas. So take this opportunity today to share this wisdom, share this knowledge with yourself and with your family, friends, and whoever you think could be part of it. And we would be more than happy to support you in all the ways. Placing these books, Raghunatham Prabhu can do installation. They will come to your home, do installation, read a little bit, explain you what Bhagavatam is. So we have all the facilities that are in the world to do this task. And we have these beautiful little bookmarks, courtesy of our designers. These are complimentary. You can take as many as you want. Since we read a lot, we need these bookmarks. Okay, so it's time for Abhishek, for those who have sponsored.